Nick is no longer Victor's son. Nikki is dating Jack. And is it me, or is there something going on between Mariah and Tessa? All that and more coming up on the Restless Wrap-Up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We need to come up with like a synchronized dance.
I know, right? Hi, guys.
This week.
This week. Oh my God. Hi guys, welcome to the Restless Wrap-Up. We always make our intros super awkward, but you know what? That's why we're here. My name is Abbey Scott. I am your host. You know where to find me, Abbey Scott 1. And my co-host, as you know, Rachel Goodman. Say hi.
Hi everyone. I'm Rachel Goodman, and to introduce myself, I'm also going to quote our, friend Victor. I bid you a farewell, except not quite the right time for that, but
maybe you should have ended with I bid you a farewell. I bid you a hello.
I bid you a hello. There you go.
And I'm sure Victor didn't say it with a smile on his face because he is, yes, he's very dramatic.
Yeah.
But that was an awesome moment, and we're going to talk about a lot of awesome moments this week in Genoa City on YNR. And shout outs to everyone in the chat. We got the giggles tonight. I don't, maybe it's because we know what's coming at the end of this. We're going to do like a little, we're going to do a little script. Yeah, we got our scripts ready where the Genoa City playoffs is happening. But shout outs to Derek, Amanda, Aaron Brody. We got Candy Poo there. Everyone. Hubby Joe, he actually changed his username. This is awesome.
Thank you, Hubby Joe.
I love it. But to get started on the week, this was like a really, really, really good week. And do you think that this whole like Victor saying, Nick, you're no longer my son, is that going to last? Or is that just a temporary thing? What do you think?
So I'm not sure, because this is my first time actually seeing a Nick Victor explosion like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know how serious Victor is when he says something like that. My thought is that eventually he'll come to terms with everything that happened and it'll blow over. But
yeah.
I feel like Nick and Victor are very similar in certain ways. And
wasn't it Nikki that was just like, am I talking to Victor right now?
And it was so true. And I was like, yeah, Nick definitely, this week and just this whole sabotaging of the concert definitely reminded me of Victor. I still like Nick better than Victor, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's a better person. but yeah.
You're not a Victor lover?
He makes me laugh.
He makes me laugh. But he is super dramatic.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Victor was like listing all the things that Nick did to him, I was like, okay, yeah, there's a laundry list of things that Nick did to Victor, but also there's a laundry list of things that Victor did to his kids. He's put them in really like awkward, terrible situations, and it's kind of Victor's way or the highway. And I think because Nick is so much like his dad, I think he does almost see that in himself, and that's what he's trying to fight. It's like, no, I don't want to be like my dad. He's terrible. That's what I'm trying to not be. But while he's not trying to be his dad, he's being his dad. You know, he's being just like a mini Victor Newman. Hi Cheyenne, hi Amanda. They're talking about Chloe and Kevin. Yes, we're going to talk about their farewell, which was, pretty, I think it was a good farewell, but we'll talk about that later. Everyone's talking about Mariah. Amanda says, I think that it is very believable for them to get together. Okay, they're talking about, fine. Okay, we will jump to Tessa and Mariah. Because I really feel like they're hinting towards that.
I feel like that too, and honestly, I think they would be better together than her and Devon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and just the whole thing with her and Devon right now, and Hillary, it's kind of crazy.
It's like a love triangle, right?
Yeah, kind of, except it's almost like when Devon was sitting there with Hillary, even though he didn't say anything that we heard, he basically admitted with his body language that he wasn't over Hillary. And it just, he just doesn't seem like he's as into Hillary as he should be to be with her.
You mean Mariah?
Mariah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't believe it. Like, I felt like Mariah kind of took his word for it, but it's like, I would have been like, no. Every time we're around Hillary, you're staring at her. Hello.
Yeah.
And I'm, you may be giving me the lip service that, oh, I want to be with you and you make me a better man and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, your eyes are looking at Mariah and you care about who she's dating, what she's doing. You shouldn't care about your ex like that.
Exactly. And especially if you want to be in a committed relationship and move forward.
Yeah.
Even like to me, it isn't so much that he isn't over her yet, because it's kind of understandable since it just happened.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that he's acting this way around her and that he's allowing her to affect him the way that she is.
Yeah.
And his actions
True.
are definitely speaking louder than his words, and what he's telling
Exactly.
Mariah aren't matching.
Exactly. And also the fact that he's definitely not over Hillary, and he knows how Hillary is. He knows what Hillary's probably telling Mariah, riling her up, and he's giving her that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He shouldn't even be talking. He should give Hillary no time of day. He should make Hillary believe he's over her. Even if you're not over Hillary, Devon, you should make it like you're over her. Like, I don't have time for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He lets her know that I feel something too. Like they had that conversation at Crimson Lights. I don't know. I just feel like he shouldn't give her that opportunity, knowing what she's probably telling Mariah and making Mariah feel insecure about their relationship.
Yeah, and it's one thing if Devon and Hillary were in a place where they could be friends, that'd be one thing. But right now, he shouldn't be in contact with her at all.
Yeah,
and especially
I
if
agree.
she corners him alone in a coffee shop. He should
Right.
just get up and walk away.
Exactly. There's no good that's going to come from it, and she will take the little bit of whatever he gives her and like blow it out of proportion to Mariah. Yeah, everyone's just talking. Demo says, yeah, Mariah's not happy with Devon. Didn't believe a word he said. Aaron says, YNR needs gay people, but not Mariah. Aaron, why not Mariah? I think Mariah and Tessa, I mean, that like organically happened.
I agree.
So well. Like, I was just like, I almost felt like, not bad, but I was like, why am I feeling like a connection between them?
I feel more chemistry for them
Yeah.
than with her and Devon. And
It's
even
forced.
and even with Tessa and Noah. I mean, I feel like it's kind of there with them, but not really.
So boring.
And yet, yeah, like Tessa and Mariah, I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And Cheyenne says, I loved Hillary and Devon flirting banter at the coffee shop. I like that Hillary called Devon out for staring at her. Yeah, Cheyenne, because anyone could see it. Hillary saw it. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hillary even noticed it. Tessa noticed it. Mariah noticed. Everyone noticed. Everyone sees it. It's like so obvious. He's like glued at her. His eyes are glued at her. So it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't matter what he says because actions speak louder than words. And so it's just what she will settle for. And that was an amazing moment, like Emmy award-winning moment that Mariah had when she was breaking down and crying. It was very emotional and it was very real.
Yeah.
And you could just tell she could be herself with Tessa. So I think that would kind of, like, I think they would be a good match. Hello, we're talking, you know, Aaron, why not? Why not, Aaron Brody? He said, yes, the last thing I want is for Noah to get hurt again. Derek says Devon would be stupid if he got back together with Hillary, but guys are stupid. Right?
Especially the way he's acting around her. Like, she makes him
Yes.
stupid or something.
Yeah, right? It's like you're like a billionaire, you're an intelligent guy. Why Hillary? You know you're always going to get the same shit with, or same stuff with her. I don't know if we can cuss. I guess we can. I'm like, I guess we can. I was like, now I'm like, not cussing. Amanda says, Tessa and Mariah gave each other pep talks about how perfect they are. So perfect. We're so perfect together. I mean, but that's what friends are for. And that's what, you know, that's what a partner should do with another partner, is like build them up, you know? And I think maybe Mariah does that with Devon, but I don't know if Devon really does that with Mariah.
They don't even seem like they're that great of friends either.
Yeah.
It's the fact that, I mean, I understand that she didn't want to come off as a clingy girlfriend.
Yeah.
But the fact that it took her this long to say something. I mean, this was 4th of July, at least when I was noticing. Devon, you know, with his googling eyes at Hillary.
Hillary, yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that she waited close to 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know if the show follows time-wise as long as what we're actually watching, but she just waited way too long in general to say something.
Well, I feel like she felt it from the beginning. you know? So I think she's been kind of like being a rival with Hillary and not really thinking about, wait, there is some truth to this, you know? And I think Devon, like I said, I think Devon is a big part of the problem, because if he had Hillary, everyone has a crazy ex-girlfriend or crazy ex-boyfriend, but if you keep them at a distance and don't give them anything to work with, they will eventually, you know, they won't be able to touch you in your new relationship.
Yeah, and I definitely think Hillary's taking advantage of the fact that she knows she's affecting Devon, and maybe
and that she has control over him.
Yeah, and it's like she wants two guys now, because she can't just be happy in her own relationship. She has to mess with someone else.
Always.
Yeah, I guess because Devon left her, right? So is that kind of seems like the vibe I'm getting, that she just feels like it's a conquest to win him back, and she knows she has this power, so she's gonna screw with them.
That would actually be a really good storyline, that if she just got Devon back, she just wanted to get him back for the purpose of saying, hey, I got you back, and then be like, I don't want you.
Yeah, see you later.
I mean, I would actually be pro Hillary for that, because it's like, Devon, you have a great thing in Mariah, and you're like, you know, you're saying all the right things, but his actions are just not matching up at all.
And that's the thing with Devon. I actually feel more frustration with him.
Yeah.
Hillary, anyone could be Hillary. Anyone could do that, but he's allowing Hillary to affect him. And he could just walk away and just realize, like you said, what he has. But instead, he's not, I mean, maybe he's not realizing what he's doing, but he's just, you know, just not getting it, that he has something good.
Absolutely not. Aaron said, I get bisexual vibes from Tessa, but not Mariah. I agree a little bit, Aaron, but I think maybe it's like organically happening between the two of them. Amanda says, Mariah doesn't have to identify as bisexual to have feelings for Tessa. It could be that she fell for a person, not sex. Well, I agree with that in
That's
general.
true, yeah.
I feel like you fall in love with a person, and you know that it's something that you don't have like really control over. It's just like a feeling. Cheyenne says, even Hillary told Devon that Mariah has insecurities. Well, people can see Mariah's insecurities a mile away. Even Hillary has insecurities, but she knows how to mask them a little bit better. Mariah is a kind person, so she doesn't like put down someone else to make herself feel better. So I don't know. I'm starting to feel for Mariah, and I think her and Tessa should be together. That's what I think. But let's talk about Jack and Nikki and that kiss. Oh my God. I was like,
I'm
whoa.
so happy.
And it's moving fast. They're like already almost dating. And they like, I loved how casually when Abbey walked into the room, she was just like,
Okay,
hi,
bye.
Abbey. I was just thanking Jack. That's just how I thank people, you know? I loved it. You're obviously very excited because you're Team Jack.
I'm Team Jack all the way, every single time. Even before when I didn't realize or see that Nikki was, you know, even thinking about getting back with him, I was still Team Jack, especially over Victor. But I was just really excited that Jack's always been there for her. He's always been the guy who has said, okay, well, you know, I'm here for you. I care about you. I just don't want you to hurt yourself. He took the middle ground, because Victor on the one hand was pushing for the concert and was being kind of crazy about that.
Yeah.
Nick on the other hand was pushing it not to happen and was kind of crazy extreme that way. So I feel like Jack was the only one saying, do what you need to do, but just know that I'm concerned about you. And so when he came in and took Nikki away, I was like, thank you. She has a friend with her.
Yeah, and it was actually kind of funny. Oh, that's what you should have definitely made. We're fast forwarding to that little moment. But what I thought was hilarious was when Dina went off on Jack.
Oh,
the way she went off on Jack. It's like, you should have never left me. I was like, she turned into a completely different person. She's just this nice little like, but but Jack wasn't even thinking about his mom. He was only thinking about Nikki. That's how much he cares about Nikki.
And to me, that's part of what makes someone a good partner to have, is because they're putting your interests first like that, and they're worried about you. And
Absolutely.
if Victor had any kind of impulse to do that, their relationship.
He didn't even think like, oh, maybe there's something wrong with Nikki. It's like he's so self-concerned about how how people perceive him that he didn't even think about, wow, maybe Nikki's MS is flaring up. Maybe I should ask Nikki how she's feeling or whatever. It's like Jack's all about that. But I think also Jack, I don't know. there may be an agenda with Jack. Hopefully not. Hopefully he really cares about Nikki, and this is all, you know, good. Everyone's saying team Nikki and Jack. Aaron Brody. Jacob says, I like Nikki
agree with
and
all
Jack
of you.
together. Terrell says, I bet Victor wouldn't be happy about Nikki kissing. Of course he wouldn't be. He'd
No.
be livid. He would go crazy, but he kind of let Nikki know. He's like, I'm not going to try anymore. I'm
Yeah.
done. Victor just was like, I bid you a farewell.
As we
Do you love that moment?
I bid you a farewell. Sorry, I had to say it again.
So dramatic. Demo says, I feel like it could be temporary. Nikki always circles back to Victor, so Jack needs to remember that.
Yeah,
It is
but-
true. She has a cycle. I mean, with these, you know, with Young and the Young and the Restless, they cycle back and forth. But I do believe that Nikki deserves to be with someone that really cares about her, doesn't stress her out, because her MS is flaring up probably because of stress. And Victor stresses her the freak out because he always has an agenda. There's always something with Victor.
Well, and you notice too how when they actually went to the cabin, that she said she felt better than she had in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think it's exactly that. She was around someone who didn't make her feel stressed out. And she even said to Victor before he left that she would always love him and she knew that he loved her. But I just hope that this is, I know it's always a cycle, but I just hope the cycle ends now and that she's able
End
to.
the cycle.
Yeah, like even if she doesn't end up with Jack, I just don't think Victor's the right guy for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because it's like iconic, Victor and Nikki being together, but I think because Nikki suffers from MS and because she gets so much anxiety from Victor, and he always has something, an ulterior motive or something going on that's just not out of this world. There's always something with Victor. It's like this, even this whole thing with Chloe and Kevin. It's like, Victor,
Yeah.
just let things go. It's like, just let it go. Enjoy your life. You're an elderly guy. Just enjoy your life. You should be like, you know, having like tea and butter cookies or something. I don't know. It's like, just enjoy it. Like, don't be like stressing out. Like Newman Enterprises, give it to Abbey. Like, I would be like totally enjoying my retirement and golfing and riding horses and chilling out.
Yeah.
Maybe not riding horses, but yeah. I mean, for him, for me, yes. So yeah, what were we gonna say? Sorry.
Well, just that's the other thing I kept thinking between Jack, Victor, and Nikki is that, yeah, they are getting older and that maybe it's time that they just finally, I know for the sake of the soap opera, they want to keep this like dramatic, intense situation where, you know, she does kind of keep switching, but it'd be nice just to see, at least with Nikki's storyline, that she was just settled down and happy and that she didn't have to worry about, you know, finding love or dealing with someone like Victor who always has an agenda for things and who is, I don't know, he's up to so many different shady things, it
Yeah.
feels like. And I've only been watching for 5 or 6 weeks.
Right.
And this guy, it's like, holy crap, like just, I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Right? For his age, it's like, dude, you got a lot going on. It's like, you should be just chillaxing. But with that being said, I mean, Jack's not the, you know, squeakiest clean guy in the world either. He has his own stuff going on, but Victor just seems to top everybody with that one. But yeah, thanks, Jacob. Hi, how are you? And Demo, you guys are amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's just, sorry, I like break into, because I want to incorporate the chat, but sometimes it seems like I'm, hi. But yeah, I mean, I hope that Jack and Nikki stay together, at least for now.
Like a year.
For at least a year. Give us a year. But probably not. Like, first of all, this is going to, like, want more stress, Nikki? Be with Jack, because he is Victor's, not alter ego, but he's, like, his nemesis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Did I say that right?
I will say this, though. I was happy that they were starting to get together, but I also kind of thought it was a little, like, careless to just, you know, act that way when Abbey came in. Like, oh, just faking him. Because it was so obvious that she was kissing him. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think she just should have taken it a little more seriously instead of just jumping ahead and
Yeah.
rushing into something else. But I'm still happy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think this is at least going to happen for a while, because I think it's also going to give Victor another storyline of going after Jack. Now Victor's going to be like, now I'm going to go after you, Jack. You know, and it's just going to continue.
It's no longer a farewell.
Yeah, the feud will continue. He may be saying, you know, oh yeah, you know, I'm cool with everything. No, Victor's never cool with, you know, Nikki being with anyone else other than himself. So, you know, and especially Jack. Out of all people, Jack.
Yeah.
You know, so Nikki's definitely in for more stress and anxiety, exactly what the doctor didn't order. But, you know, with Victor, that's always like on the docket, no matter what. No matter if she was with Jack or not. So, you know, she should do what makes her best. Maybe they should move to wherever the cabin is. Let's move there. Right?
Yeah, exactly. She seemed like she was happy there.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to move there. They're never going to move out of Genoa City. What were you saying?
We did have when I was watching this with my husband, we did have a random comment. When they were in the cabin and they were eating breakfast, they just so happened to have fruit at a cabin that they hadn't been to in a while.
I know, right?
I was like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, it's whatever. I love how you guys think about that. It's like, how do you guys have fruit there?
I mean,
did you go grocery shopping or something?
We bought the waffles because, you know, obviously it's just a mix, but
yeah,
we were like, huh, fresh fruit. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know, I can't think of the word, but it's like, you know, they can get away with it. On Y&R, anyone can have fruit at any time. I love it. But I guess I want to talk a little bit about hubby. Your husband says farewell. Aaron says
farewell.
Yes, Victor can go now. Demo says yes, Abbey, Victor will plot against Jack for sure. It's just bound to happen. You just see it coming. You know, that's the natural progression of everything. And Nikki gets with Jack, and Victor goes after Jack, and then this war begins, and then the rest is history. But I definitely, you know, I feel bad for Abbey because she so badly wants her dad's approval. Like, and it's like she even has her mom having to be like, you should go thank Abbey for all that she did, and Abbey did this. It's like, you know, I feel bad because she does feel, you know, and she was expressing that to Scott, thinking that he was like kind of coming down on her, and he was like, no, I totally understand and I see it.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, you know, I've seen how hard you work. And they kind of like, I don't know, there's something definitely going on with Scott and Abbey.
I was gonna say that they seem like they have more chemistry than Scott and Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're definitely gonna get together. That's my prediction.
When is it going to happen? When is this going to happen? I'm just waiting for it. I'm like, okay, when is it gonna happen?
But I definitely agree with the fact that I feel bad for Abbey, and I love how Dina gave her that advice that she has the advantage. And I feel like when Dina told her that, something clicked in Abby's brain, because as soon as she said that, she was then going back and forth between the Abbotts and the Newmans, basically trying to get pieces of information. And I feel like she was kind of playing the cards and basically putting her feelers out to see what she could get based on what Dina said. And I think that was that's just a guess, but I'm thinking that was probably one of the most impactful things that anyone ever said to her, because it's probably going to shape who she is and what she does going forward.
Yes, I totally agree. And I like the relationship that Dina and Abbey have. I think that, you know, she's looking out for Abbey, which is awesome. But I also I want to know what's going on with Dina, because Ravi kind of picked up on something, and he kept staying on Ashley about it. He's like, but she was saying something weird. What did she call Jack? Graham?
And I think...
What do you think's going on?
I think it's Alzheimer's. And I think that's why Graham's in the picture. And she doesn't want to tell her kids. I think Graham knows, and that's why she has someone who's basically walking with her everywhere. And it's kind of it was kind of scary too. One of the last scenes we saw with her, she was making some kind of weird business decision.
Yeah, and they're like, "Don't do that." You're like, she's putting all of her money in one stock or something.
I think it's Alzheimer's, and I think that's why we're seeing a personality shift and why she's doing things like that.
Yeah, because the way she went off on Jack, I was like, "Oh my god." It's like she just switched personalities, and they're definitely pushing something, because Ravi's like, you know, no, there's something going on with her. Don't you see it? Like, maybe you should, like, keep an eye on your mom because somebody, like, it's like, Ravi, why are you so worried?
Yeah.
What do you got to go?
And
But I know Ravi cares. He cares about Ashley a lot, so.
And, I mean, because Ashley and Ravi had that conversation, like, 3 or 4 different times.
Yeah,
they
it was
really
a lot.
stressed it, yeah.
So it's like, okay, come on, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
What's going on with Dina? I'm sure it's Alzheimer's. It has to be. You know what I mean? Because she's very forgetful, and then
Their sunglasses, and they just, all the
Yeah.
hints are there.
Exactly. Demo says, I feel like Sharon will get cheated on by Scott. Aaron says Abbey has way more to worry about after she threw the drink on Victoria's face.
Oh,
yeah. Now, we'll have to talk about that. And Derek says Dina could have dementia.
Yeah.
Yes. Hubby Joe says, I guess Graham is a caretaker and that he's getting Dina's money to care for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That
is
makes
what
sense, too.
And Terrell says, does Lauren even care about Abbey hooking up with her son? Does Ashley, you mean? Lauren, yeah. I don't know. I feel like Lauren would rather Scott be with Abbey than be with Sharon. I think she thought it was kind of weird that Scott was with Sharon, don't you think?
Yeah.
But they're not really showing Lauren at this point, so it doesn't matter what Lauren thinks right now, right? You're not in the picture, Lauren, so Scott's gonna do what Scott wants to do. Scott's very cute too. But let's talk about maybe an on-site of early MS for Victoria,
Yeah.
right?
Or,
do you think?
I don't know. See, and I could be wrong, but what I was thinking is that it was because of the fall that she's now, it's like a really, like, I don't know, some kind of concussion or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because she did fall.
Yeah, and that's when she
Or
started
maybe it
having,
brought on that.
that could be too yeah, it could be something.
don't know.
It could be that she happens to have some kind of weird brain problem. And it just happened.
It's a
to
reason
start-
why Billy, you got to go back to Victoria. He acted so
Oh.
worried. He was like, he definitely still has feelers for Victoria.
I think Phyllis might be worried about that too.
Oh yeah, Phyllis is like, maybe I should go. Okay, like I'm just gonna go now, and that that's the scene we're gonna do where Juliet sees Kane, and then enter Phyllis and Billy, and then the rest is But yeah, I mean, they think your husband thinks she may have brain damage.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, and Aaron says he felt the slap from Dina. And Amanda said, I thought Abbey throwing a drink in her face was unnecessary. It kind of was. I mean, it was just like a weird timing. I mean, Victoria's been really mean to Abbey, so I feel like she had to be a little bit more mean for that to happen. It was kind of just like out of nowhere. She's like, almost Abbey picked a fight with her.
I agree, yeah. Yeah, and it's, like, I don't know the entire history between Victoria and Abbey, but I almost feel like I like Victoria, I think, more than Abbey, and I feel like what she says is more justified. To me, she feels like the more mature character, and
she is older.
Yeah, and just I didn't see a reason for Abbey to actually throw liquid in her face.
Yeah. Abby's very threatened by Victor's relationship with Victoria and Nick. She feels like he has a stronger bond with his children he had with Nikki than her because she's part Abbott. So I don't know. I feel like, Abby's being a little bit of a spoiled little brat and she should just get over it.
Yeah.
But in that sense, I do see that she has to work that much harder to get one thank you or you did a good job from Victor. So you have to understand she's gotten that her whole life.
Yeah.
So I feel for her in that sense, but she is kind of acting like an, entitled little brat,
And I honestly think that Victor might respect her more than the other two kids. I mean, especially Nick, but even between Abbey and Victoria, it feels like he respects her more as a businesswoman and that he really sees her as the person to take over the business. So,
and that's what Scott was always telling her. He's like, you know what, you're feeling all these things, they're justified, but you got to look at the bigger picture. It's like, this is a big deal. Like, Nick and Victoria, they don't want this. They don't want to deal with their dad. They can't even like hardly be in the room with their dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's kind of agreeing. Demos agrees that Abby's always being disrespected by her sister. Everyone has a breaking point. Kimmy says, I watched the promo for this week.
Oh, yeah.
And something bad happens to Victoria. Yeah. And if you go on one of the things, you can watch the Monday's episode in advance.
Oh,
but
right.
it's like, you know, it's like, unless you like can't wait. You cannot wait to see Monday's episode.
More
you can do
Victor.
That. Yeah, my mom was so bad. Mama Jude was being really bad. She wanted me to give you guys spoilers. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. She's like, give them spoilers or hint that you know something so they think, what do they think? I'm like telepathic. I know what happens to Victoria. No, they don't show that much on the next episode. But yeah, and it also Reed and Maddie are really bonding over this, you know, turmoil with the family. And I mean, at least it's being organic. You know, it's feeling like a little bit more natural than normal. But yeah, it's just I'm really, really curious to see how everything unfolds with Kane and Lily. I mean, they tried. I thought maybe they were gonna have sex. I was like, what's going on here? Let's talk about that moment before we get to our segments.
I thought that they were gonna have sex, and that Lily was gonna end up being pregnant too.
Oh, that would have been so good.
That's what I thought they were going
Rachel
with.
needs to write some of this scripts, add her some writing. That would be like totally like, that's like soap opera meets Jerry Springer. Who's your baby? Who's your father?
At least they wouldn't need a paternity test.
Kane, you are the father.
Now he's got 2 children. 2 extra children.
2 extra children. It's like, he doesn't trust me. I don't think he needs it. He can't even handle getting a job, you know? But it looks like he's possibly going to get hired by Jack. I don't know. I don't get any of that.
They wanted to hire Juliet last week, and now they want to hire Kane. So I was a little bit
Kane,
confused. Yeah. I was a little confused because I was wondering, well, yeah, that whole motivation with Phyllis and Jack. I was wondering why. I understood why Jack would want to call Kane in, but I didn't understand what Phyllis was really getting at.
Yeah, I don't get that either. You know, maybe she's trying to be like the puppet master and then, you know, act like Billy. Like, oh, I didn't know. Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's crazy. But I don't know what like she's getting out of it still. You know, Demo says, hire Rachel as a writer. Yeah, right? That's awesome. Yeah.
I support this message.
I support this message. I endorse it. Hi, I'm Rachel Goodman, and I endorse this message. Do it. Yeah, and Aaron said, I already watched Monday's episode, so Aaron's going to give us spoilers. Yeah, everyone's agreeing. Aaron Brody says, that's perfect, Rachel. Yeah, it's like I said, Jerry Springer meets soap opera, put it all together.
Because then she can't leave him.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I hate them together right now, but let's get to our segments so we can do them, guys. So we can do them, and it's like we already have the giggles. So you guys didn't ask for it again. No, I'm sure you guys like it. But this is our first segment. We're going to bring it back. We did it once for you before. The Genoa City Playhouse, where we're going to read, we're going to do a scene from this week's episode. And I decided to, you're already giggling. I decided to pick the scene where Juliet finds Kane having a drink at the athletic club. And yes, it's a very, you know.
That's all I'm saying.
Rachel is going to play Kane, as you can tell, with the accent and all. And I'm going to play Juliet. Scene. Oh my God, I don't know if we're gonna get through this. Okay. Oh my God. Oh yes, play the music. Hi. I can't pretend we don't know each other, but I just have no clue what to say to you.
Well, you could start by saying that you're sorry.
Look, you know I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know what? Tonight, Lily and I told the kids about your pregnancy, and now my children despise me.
Oh, God, I'm sure they don't. And I never wanted to ruin things with your kids.
Well, it's too late for that, isn't it?
I meant what I said before. I don't expect anything from you.
I will still pay child support, and I will provide whatever's necessary.
Yeah, isn't a father's love on that list? Because a baby deserves 2 parents, but that's your call. I'm not going to pressure you.
Oh, really? Well, that's a change, isn't it? Because that's all you've done since you filed this lawsuit against me.
I'm sorry you got fired. I seem very dramatic.
What did you expect to happen when you falsely accused me of sexual harassment, Juliet?
Enter Billy and Phyllis. End scene. Oh my god.
We're done.
I don't know if I deserve this class. Oh. I always sound like a mix between a Valley girl and I don't even know.
I don't even want to know how I sounded.
It's very dramatic. I almost felt like it was a cross between a Victor accent and a Kane accent, but it worked. Did you guys like it? Oh, everybody. Demo says, yes, the Playhouse. Oh, I love the Playhouse. Yes. That was the Genoa City Playhouse. Now I'm doing Now I'm doing an accent.
I bid you a farewell.
You should have done that. I should have picked that scene. If I was telepathic, guys, I would have picked that scene. But moving on to our next segment, we are going to do the LOL moment of the week with Rachel Goodman.
Thank you. So I had 2 LOL moments. Well, you know what? Let's do 3 because I keep saying I bid you a farewell, and that was going to be one of them. And that was Victor when he was saying goodbye to Nikki. The other one is also our dear friend Victor when he was telling Nick, "You are no longer a son of mine." and then the last one was with Dina when she was talking to Abbey, and Abbey had just told her that she basically spilled her drink on Victoria. And Dina goes, high five! Yes! I loved that moment.
That was awesome. They definitely have a bonding. You know, like, Abbey doesn't have a lot of people that she can talk to that relate to her. And Dina, for some reason, really relates to her and really is, like, Abbey's champion, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is still, Dina's still kind of new to me, so I don't know her too well as a character, just from what I've seen with Graham. So seeing her say high five and showing this side of her, I was like, wow, I like this person. So, yeah. Especially how supportive she is. And she just seems like the cool grandma.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, until she turns. And then she's no longer the cool grandma. But, yeah, your hubby's like, high five. Now, everyone seems to love her. Wow, thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Made us actually think that we did a good job with our Playhouse. But, yeah, those were really funny moments this week. And especially, you know, like you doing the Victor, I bid you a farewell. You know, that's everything. That's so funny. You love it.
Or, you are no longer a son of mine.
I know, right? That is kind of like the LOL moment of the week. It's like, okay, Victor, so dramatic.
And then at one point, he said it again, like when he went to wherever Noah was working. I think that was the underground, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Nick shows up, and in the same sentence, he says, son, you are no longer my son. Like, he referred to him as son, and then said, you are no longer my son.
I know, I thought of that too.
I thought,
oh my god, I thought of that too. I thought of that too. Oh my god.
Why would he call him son?
Yes.
He'd be saying Nick or my ex-son or something. Just not
right.
son.
Guys, let's do it really quick because we also want to give a little bit of a tribute to Chester Bennington. But let's do the best and worst dress of the week. I give my best dress to Abbey again because she looks so cute and chic and awesome. And she even gave herself a shout out for her hairdo. She gave her, well, not herself, she gave the hairstylist a shout out for the hairstyle because it was so cute with the braid and everything. And, you know, if the actress actually posts that on her Instagram, you know, it must be, like, she must have liked that outfit and that hairdo as well. And she looks so adorable. But she always does. Melissa Ordway is amazing. And my worst dress of the week goes to I had a hard time picking the worst of the week. I just picked Chloe because we'll wait for it to go up. But I mean, she just it's like, were they trying to make her look like she's like out of a mental hospital? I mean, come on. It's like she's always dresses so cute, and then it's like this weird thing when she like, you know, was pretending to be dead. It's like she lost all her fashion sense, died with her. Yeah. It's like, come on. It's like she's so fashionable. I think it was before you started watching, but it's like Chloe had the best outfits. It was best dress of the week was always Chloe, and then it's like they put the but she can pull it off. But it's like I had to pick a worst. Okay,
she could have at least taken some of Maggie's clothes. Oh my god.
No, don't pick Maddie's clothes. But guys, I want to leave with the Lincoln Park Heavy, and I want to give a little bit of a tribute to Chester Bennington that we lost this week. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Anyone, I know we talk about that we go through a lot of stuff and sometimes we have bad weeks, but you guys, we have the Restless wrap up. You always have someone to talk to.
Definitely.
So don't ever give up. Don't ever say life is too heavy. Do you want to say some?
Well, we're always here.
Yeah.
And it's never, there's always more people around than you think, even during the hardest moments.
So we'll leave you with a little bit of this, and our hearts go out to Chester and his family and Lincoln Park that had to unfortunately cancel the rest of their tour. Just so sad.
Yeah.
It's all the feels.
Yeah.
We're not gonna cry. We're here for you guys, always.
Definitely.
We love you guys.
Why is everything so heavy?
I can carry. I keep trying around, not bringing me down. If I just let go, I'd be set. Holding on. Thank you guys so much for watching the Restless Wrap Up. I'm your host, Abby Scott. And this is Rachel.
And I'm Rachel. You can find me on Twitter at Rach Goodman, or on Instagram at Rach Goodman, or Facebook at Rachel Ann Goodman.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.